Welcome to Birds Huddle, powered by PointsBet, along with B. Brooks, my guy Barrett. I'm Danny Pommells. And speaking of guys who could make an impact, last week Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni was asked who has caught his eye so far and could potentially surprise some people. Take a listen.
I'm really excited about the new additions that we have, and I'm excited to work with these guys. And again, all these guys, not just the newcomers, but I just see guys taking steps and climbing and getting a little better. Like last year, and you're going to hear our guys say this, last year we talked about getting a little bit better each day, getting 1% better each day. We just changed that a little bit to climb a little bit each day, climb. We're trying to climb this mountain, but we just need to do this part today and this part today and climb a little. I saw that from a lot of the team this year.
Sirianni talking about the new additions and not Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, right? That brings us to our three-point stance, Barrett's stance on 3 items of the day. Barrett, the coach kind of sidestepped the question, but you're taking it head on. Your first stance, Marcus Epps will be the Eagles' under-the-radar breakout star of 2022.
In fact, I think he might be the base safety we have on the roster. I mean, this kid is good, man. He showed me a little something last year when they ran their big nickel. Big nickel being when they have 3 safeties in the game. He was in charge of going down, playing in the box sometime, playing deep sometime. He can do all those things. And I think it's a tight race between he and Harris on who's the best safety on the team. Okay. It's a reason why he's been playing as much as he has, because he has speed to play in, from sideline to sideline. And he was also, ranking what he did in last season. He had, 40-something solo tackles. Pro Football Focus has him as the number 24 safety in the league right now. Ooh. We've had opportunities to have good guys come in. This is Eagles' homegrown guy. I like the fact he's now taking advantage of his opportunity to go out there and play, and he's shown the ability to be a high talent in this Eagles secondary, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. I've seen him do a lot. I watched practice. I watched how fast he is. He's definitely making himself a commodity in this defense.
Man, the hips look good getting in and out of the breaks right there. Do you think they could still use some depth at the position, though, even if they don't bring in another true starter?
I don't think they necessarily need to, but we know how Howard Roseman is. He's going to try to maximize his potential everywhere he can. He might have some guys he wants to trade. There's been talk about, a couple safeties around the league that he's interested in as far as a trade. But at this point, I don't know. I will say this. When you have a safety like Marcus Epps, a veteran guy like Harris, and I think that's his biggest thing what Harris brings to the table, his ability to be an older guy, get these younger guys in the right direction. You have a nice, firm base as far as what you need. They have the ability to take and put Avonte Maddox out back there at safety and bring in one of the young guys to come in and play that nickel safety or maybe play outside. They have a little flexibility in what they need to do. You talk about players being a jack of all trade. That's what Avonte Maddox is. But I like what they're going to do with Marcus Epps going into this season.
All right, let's get to your second stance. Devon Allen is a freak. The Eagles receiver competed in the New York Grand Prix over the weekend in the 110-meter hurdles, and the 2-time Olympian put up the 3rd fastest time ever in the event, Barrett. That's no joke.
Come on, man. We're talking about in the wind. Now, there's a lot of guys, that played, wide receiver, like Willie Gault, guy with James Jett, John Jett, they were fast and they were cool at the wide receiver position. Now, he has a great opportunity of making the squad simply because he is that fast. I don't know necessarily if he has the skill yet. He's been out of football since, 2016? Yeah. He played at the University of Oregon. Evidently, he could play, but he just wanted to focus on him being, track and being that speed guy.
Obviously, he made a good decision
because
he's pretty sick
no question.
at the event. Now, the Eagles turned a rugby player with no football background, Jordan Mailata, who I saw eating at Canes and University City over the weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did, but he turned into a franchise tackle. Now, Allen was a good player at Oregon, even if he did last play in 2016. Can he stick around and be significant within the offense? The Eagles have some good depth at wide receiver now.
He's going to have to be more than just fast.
Okay.
I mean, can he be a return guy? Because, they're pretty deep at the wide receiver position. Deep as I've seen them in a long time. You got 2 starters in Smith and Brown. You got guys that can come in and play,
Sirianni, Sweetheart, Pascal.
Zach Pascal. You got a lot of guys that can come in and play. Jalen Rager's even trying to play a squad, and he make the squad, and he was a first rounder. It's going to be hard for him to go out there and really make the squad as a receiver. But if he can be a jack of all trades, maybe be a gunner, maybe be a return guy, be a kickoff return guy, show that he's more than just a receiver, a fast receiver, he might have that opportunity. But it's going to take him a lot to make this team. This is a deep wide receiver team. It's probably one of the most talented I've seen here. No, not probably. This is the most talented wide receiver group I've seen since when I got drafted back in '95 up until now. This is the best selection of wide receivers the Eagles have had since '95. No question.
All right, let's get to your third stance and final stance. Not paying Terry McLaurin would destroy the Commanders' season, and not that the organization needs any help in that regard, but the stalwart receiver is not attending the team's mandatory minicamp as he seeks a new contract, so he hasn't caught a pass yet from Carson Wentz, but he wants A.J. Brown money. Make it make sense, Barrett.
Well, he deserves A.J. Brown money. I mean, it used to be that running backs were what you paid because we ran the ball so much during the time I played in the league, but it's all changed now. This is a passing league, so you need big-time receivers to go out there and catch it. He could take the top off the defense. He's consistently been one of the top wide receivers in the division. Why do you play around and not get this man his money? I mean, he came here, he came with the muscle, made himself one of the best receivers in this division, and you're not going to pay him? I mean, the kid hadn't even caught a pass from Carson Wentz yet. He has to sit back doing this. Now, we understand that, Doug Peterson messed everything up for everybody. He went out and paid Christian Kirk, wide receiver from the Arizona Cardinals, and brought him in, $72, $73 million for 4 or 5 years. He set kind of where the mark is. There's a lot of disgruntled wide receivers after that. And, A.J. Brown was one of them. We went out there and plucked him. You got DK Metcalf up in, Seattle. He wants to get paid also. This is what you have to do. You got to pay to play. I'm really fine if you don't pay this young man. Don't pay him. Don't pay him at all. Let him stay disgruntled. Don't let him catch any passes from Carson Wentz throughout camp, mini camp, whatever. Don't give him any money. Let them go out there and make him mad. He goes out there and not play. I love it. There's just one more weapon Carson Wentz doesn't have in his repertoire.
With this much turmoil in D.C. surrounding McLaurin and other issues, can you possibly see things going well for them this year? We didn't even mention the Jack Del Rio fiasco.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah.
I sent Carson up there. He's my secret agent. He's a double agent for me. He's going to make things bad up there. Yeah, he's going to make things bad up there. I'm hoping. Just playing. I mean, he's going to go up there. He's going to have some success. Just hopefully not success against the Eagles and also other division teams, so we can just go ahead and win the division. But at the end of the day, I like that head coach. I mean, Ron Rivera is a great head coach. I like his personality. I like what he brings to the table. I just don't like when he plays against the Eagles. So, no, I don't want him to be successful.
All right, a lot going on in D.C. Let's find out how things shake out as the season approaches.